just a little lesson in carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Hello friends, welcome back to a new video. I need you to bring out a piece of paper, a pen, something. I'm sure you're gonna want to take some notes because I'm about to take you to school. Just like a little lesson in carbohydrates. Not all carbs are created equally. You can find carbs in fruits, vegetables, but you can also find them in like breads, rice, cereals. Your body needs carbs to function optimally. Your body breaks down the carbs into glucose, which is the main fuel that your body uses for energy. Your body is able to use carbs for immediate use, but it can also store into your muscles to use at a later time. Your body should not live only on fat and protein, because sooner or later, without carbs, you're gonna start feeling very sluggish and tired and inefficient as you go throughout your day. So you may be asking,
okay, Maddie, what is a carb?
A carb is a macronutrient that is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The most basic carbs are simple sugars. Simple sugars are found in obvious foods like juices, sodas, candy, white bread, and rice. Simple sugars require very little digestion and they hit your bloodstream almost immediately after the food touches your lips. A chain of several simple sugars make up a polysaccharide. These are more complex carbs, such as starches, which are found in whole grains, beans, and vegetables. These starches must be broken down through digestion so your body can use them for energy. A third type of carb is dietary fiber. It cannot be broken down by human digestion, but it is so crucial for your health. Fiber can help slow the absorption of simple sugars. That's one reason why opting for whole fruit is a much better option than fruit juice. With a juice, you get a rush of fructose in your system. With whole fruit, dietary fiber can slow the process. Most of the carbs in a healthful meal plan should come from veggies, fruits, yogurt, legumes, and whole grains. These carb-rich foods tend to be the most nutrient dense. A little more than a third of your calories should come from carbs, if you were to track your calories. I personally don't really look into that, but if you work best tracking calories, a little more than a third should come from carbs. Okay, so now that I kind of dove into the more sciencey base of carbs, you may be asking, what does that look like in my everyday eating? What should I be eating that are nutrient-dense carbs? I want to share with you some dairy, fruit, starchy vegetables, and legume options that are very nutrient-dense carbs. When it comes to dairy or dairy substitutes, I would go for cow's milk, almond milk, soy milk, hemp milk, and then yogurt, which I personally love. I think it's delicious. Some fruit options would include apples, bananas, berries, cantaloupe, cherries, clementines, dates, figs, grapefruit, kiwi, lemon, melon, pear, plum, pomegranate, watermelon, just to like name a few options. Now for some starchy vegetables: butternut squash, corn, peas, potatoes, spaghetti squash, sweet potatoes. This group is just more carb dense than watery based vegetables. Now when it comes to legumes, you want to try to incorporate black beans, black-eyed peas, chickpeas, hummus, kidney beans, lentils, peas, pinto beans. And lastly, some whole grains. You want to make sure that whenever you look at a ingredient list, it starts with 100% whole grain. The more that a product is manufactured and refined, it begins to lose more and more of its nutrients. For example, if the food begins with a whole grain, such as 100% whole wheat, the container probably holds a better choice. If the first ingredient is whole wheat flour, that's probably not your best option, considering it's been more manufactured and processed, so it's lost more nutrients. So now, what kind of food does that look like? Brown rice, buckwheat, cornmeal, farro, oats, popcorn, quinoa. You get the point. So overall, that was a very quick run through of my little 2 cents of carbs and what they're made of and where they come from and how you can eat them. And overall, my final tip would just be to get the majority of your carb intake from nutrient-dense carbs, like what we just went over. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. I mean, don't get me wrong, I eat a bag of chips and some ice cream and various things here and there, but those shouldn't be the places where you're getting the most amount of your calories or your nutrition or what you're taking in, because in the long run, those don't offer you any sort of nutritional value. And that about wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're leaving feeling a little more knowledgeable of carbs and what they look like. Stay tuned for future videos because I'm gonna be talking about fat and protein. Let me know in the comments below if you have any more questions regarding carbs and what they look like, what they mean. If I didn't answer them, or you want me to go more in detail, I would totally love to do that. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure this week you incorporate some nutrient-dense carbs into your life. And I love you all. Have an amazing day. Bye.